it, obviously.
I'll just start doing the breaststroke. I'll start doing the breaststroke up the stairs.
You wanted to lose your dick and balls for about $500,000 last week, lad.
Yeah, well, last week, this week.
Hello, welcome back. Episode 15 of the What's Happening podcast, brought to you once more by Orange County CBD. They're on the screen. Orange County. Use code Happenin25. Also on the screen here for 25% off every single order.
He's like an air hostess, isn't he?
Code Happenin25. 25% off anything, whether it's oils, whether it's jellies, whether it's the vapes, anything you want CBD related.
Please do.
What about sofas?
CBD curtains.
Oh, related.
Anything shutter blinds. Anything French bulldog puppies. Anyway, episode 15. We're joined by Kyle Legacy. He's back again.
Let's fucking go, boys. It's good to be back. Ring a ding ding. You've got the king. Just watched 40 minutes of setup. I'm good to go. I'm gonna leave in 5 minutes, so let's get it going.
Into it, obviously, Gary's not with us anymore. He unfortunately died in a horrific car accident. There was a 7-car pile-up. Rest in peace, Gary. We'll see you on the next episode, brother.
Gone too soon.
Only 7. If I'm lying, I'm putting like 25 cars in that bitch for sure. Easy for sure.
Right, what have you been up to? Because you've been away, haven't you?
AWOL, baby.
There, lad?
What?
What were you even up to there?
What was he even up to there? just seedy stuff, creepy stuff.
Going on?
Just picked off where Ivan Milat left off. He's a famous serial killer who killed backpackers.
Okay.
And I just picked up. You don't do the Australian murders.
No.
Research before the pod. No.
No.
I've been doing comedy there. Obviously, I've been crushing it at Perth, Melbourne Comedy Festival, Perth Fringe, Sydney Comedy Clubs. Had a threesome last Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's big news. That's big news.
Now to the top story.
Fuck Australia.
A proper it's something about the climate of Australia to have a threesome. It's better. I don't know what it is.
The temperature in the air is a bit
sweaty.
better.
You know what I mean?
The smells a bit more
everywhere.
in the air. Like.
It's sound. But I've had a threesome before with like me and my mate and just some poor woman.
Wait,
the last one, it was your cousin. Those that's your mate now.
No. Not the cousin, you know. Like,
oh, wait, your cousin's neighbour.
Did they help you back in?
No, not like that.
Shit, mate.
Eiffel Tower stuff like that. No assists. You know what I mean? Just one-on-one. And then this was with 2 girls, so it was sound. One of them fucking hot, and the other one part of the deal.
She was in the terms and conditions.
She was the funny friend, innit? The funny friend.
She's the one with the lovely eyes and the personality.
Yeah, exactly. She's the one that got the. She's the one who got the Uber. Nah, they're all God's children. You're absolutely right. But the God makes a couple of swamp donkeys sometimes. But anyway, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Like both of them and having bongs in between, absolutely beautiful.
In between?
You couldn't write this stuff. Yeah.
Just in between every pump.
Gives me energy.
Bang. Like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
In between every pump. Just having a bong.
Pump and bong.
That's what I'm
pump
saying.
and bong.
Do you know what I've been told though?
Yeah, I'm actually realised.
It's a new thing.
Travels in Australia.
It's a common thing on the Gold Coast.
Wait, you go to Australia all the time, you've never heard pump and bong.
No,
Is it wrong?
2 pumps in a bong, you mean? Like maybe. I mean, I'm not a minute. I'm a minute man. I don't know.
Shut up, obviously.
I know what. Anyway, so Australia.
No,
Tell us about the threesome. How did it come about? I don't want to know
so
details.
I know one of them, and then they came to a comedy show, so I'm leaving on fucking Saturday, and then this happens Wednesday at Magic Mike Comedy Club. It's called Magic Mike.
Do you know what's mad though?
But it's not a strip show.
You're getting to these off the back of comedy. You're not even that funny, that thing. What
are you fucking on about, lad? You're crazy.
No, so like,
I know.
So how
you got somebody blowing me right now. It's the way I do this podcast. Your mom's down here.
That's where Gary is.
Why are you still got the headphones on, lad?
So a comedy show.
Yeah, so and it's called Magic Mike, but it's not like a strip show. It's like Mike with a fucking microphone. And then after the show, we're just bevying and all that. You know, and she read me fucking tarot cards or whatever the fuck.
Shady bitch.
Some gypsy shit or whatever.
She's going to charge me crystals for the moon.
It was, I don't know if I was bevy or stone, but it was quite close actually, so I didn't like it. I said, nah, don't you dare flip that last one. I'm out, mate, fucking folding in a bit.
You shot Mo Farah, you were just off.
I'm sticking, mate.
Rapid, yeah.
And then what? So, was it your idea?
So then we're just getting bevy. Was it my... Obviously, what are you on about?
No, but maybe she was like, going on one Saturday, like, what's happening?
Oh, yeah, so, like... So then we're talking or whatever, like, I can't even remember how it came up, like, I was bevy, you know what I mean? And, like, we were, like... It just came up or whatever, and then I just said it, and they were like, yeah, Sam, whatever, because I think that...
Fuck off, Daddy.
The one that I know has been trying to hook up for ages or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then, like, you know what I mean, she's sound and that.
Oh, so she literally was the part of the deal.
And then, yeah.
The small print in the contract.
She was the
Not having me,
And then we got to Frankie's, like, it was rock and roll bar, so then we're like, but they serve pizza there and shit like that. Yeah, it's sick. So then we're getting bevied, you know what I mean? So we're just fucking bevied and shit, like, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. But I got hard, so what are you going to do, baby?
Yeah.
Here we go.
That's gotta be done. So that's your place.
Back to her place was consistently only 10 minutes away from mine, so I know, absolutely great.
And
But I mean, I stayed the night there.
So, obviously...
Just on the floor, bang.
And this
Girl wakes up at like 11 a.m. She's like, I'm meant to start work now. I'm like, ugh, I'm leaving.
That's heavy for you. So this was in Australia?
Yeah, Sydney, yeah.
You haven't been back long,
I've been back Sunday. Wednesday's coming out. Friday, tomorrow or something.
Like 2
weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Today.
So we're doing back 4 days by now. What?
Jet lagged to fuck.
Nah, I'm sound now. Tuesday I was still a bit fucked, but I was alright. Like, I mean, I just got smoked straight away and then bevied the game, you know what I mean?
How do you prepare for that? Then do you prepare before you go over there? Do you think, oh fuck, I'll try and do a night of it? Or do you know what I mean? Like,
to get the jet lag.
Oh, like, it was a 3-hour flight, a 14-hour, and a 7. I met this guy on the 14-hour. He came to the show last night. He's like he's a wool, like, but he's sound. He's a Liverpool fan and that, like, and so we were bevying and all that, and then I like the whole 7 hours last one, I was sound, and I got in the morning like 7 a.m, so that's what you want, you know what I mean? It's like I missed a night of sleep, but then I slept anyway.
Do you know what? Yeah, so it's better going there than coming home, really.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay, no, it makes sense.
For sure, yeah.
The only white man in the world, he says for show.
I think I pull it off.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I've got black friends in your
You, as if you're a known racist.
The mixed race, look at that on his arm.
Oh my lord. A little bit of Pakistani on the elbow.
It's like that someone started cold and then just gave up halfway. Fuck that off.
Like he said, we've all got children, lad. He just put it outside the line.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you landed on stage, then, like, gigs wise, like, because obviously you know people over there, you got friends, you got friends here, like, did you just go straight into getting gigs, or did you have to, like, did people have to know you were back?
Oh no, I mean, same as here, like, I've booked a bit, like, before I came and shit like that, but there, yeah, I'll book it, like, I don't know, like 2 months before or something like that.
Nice.
So I'll book it, pretty much, I'm booked up there, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I didn't have a fucking night off till, like, the Sunday when the game, you know what I mean?
Nice,
like, so it was sick, yeah.
So, question for you, I know you said, so you were saying in the car before, you've done this the 6th time, like you've done it for 6 years now.
Oh, the festivals and shit like that, yeah.
No, in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
so do you know the first time you ever went out there, right? So obviously you must have a little bit of a name for yourself out there to go back every year and be consistent with the company.
Yeah.
The first year you went out there, was it difficult, or did you have jobs or gigs?
Oh no, I went out there before I'd done comedy as well.
Oh,
like
okay.
I'd been going out there because my mum moved there and stuff like that. So I went out there. I was living there, just like doing regular jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I went from like working on fucking Next and Speak to like a kitchen hand there or whatever. You know what I mean? Just like whatever. Yeah. The next, I wish they did. I'm like, transfer me now. Let's go. Women's shoes.
If you're gonna work in Next,
it's my passion.
You'd rather work in Next Sydney than Next fucking
100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Next on County Road or whatever.
Yeah, nobody wants to wait. Nah, I wish, yo. If only.
So like obviously.
Yeah, so I done that, and then I came back here. I'd done my first gig in fucking Sydney. You know what I mean?
First ever comedy.
Yeah, like a fucking. It was like a open mic music, but I thought it was like comedy or whatever.
You just say,
and then they're like, "Where's your instrument?" I'm like, "What are you on about, lad?"
I'm doing this a cappella.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's coming in with fucking
and then
guitars.
you can just go last or whatever.
He's like, his own drums on his legs.
He's there like, no, lad. He's sitting there cracking knuckles.
Yeah, exactly. Easy shit.
So what's
and then came back, started doing it, but then I've been going like properly, like doing it for there like 6 months at a time and all that stuff.
It's good though, to be consistent,
going
back every time, lad. It's good.
Yeah, and then like, you know what I mean? And it's not like I've got a name in terms of like fucking, you know what I mean? General public or whatever. Yeah, exactly. In Perth I do, because it's smaller, you know what I mean? They'll just be literally like, hey, funny guy. The king.
Look around like, who?
LeBron James. People call me LeBron James, and I'm like, I love that, you know what I mean? Obviously, for me Instagram. But so the comedy people who run the comedy know me, you know what I mean. So then I'm getting booked.
Nice,
that's how you get booked. You know what I mean.
That's it.
Do you know with your comedy though, because you don't like you don't write jokes, do you? You just go in as you say.
I mean, I'm getting booked as a host. You know what I mean? Like,
So like when you first started doing comedy though, did you start out writing jokes, or have you always just started?
I started doing like writing jokes and they were fucking off. I mean,
what was your style of comedy then?
You know what I mean?
When you first started, what was your style?
I mean, just general shit, you know what I mean? Like, I had jokes about me fucking hair, you know what I mean? Shit like that and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, sideshow Bob shit and all that, you know what I mean? What you say there, lad?
It is shite.
Oh, yeah, fucking pussy and boots. Fuck you, lad. Exactly, you piece of shit. I'll fist you in a minute.
Was it more Farquhar?
Fucking lesbian.
More Farquhar, whatever. So what's the biggest city that you're known in now in Australia, would you say? Would it be Perth?
Perth and Sydney. I've been in the most. That's what I mean. Like, if I do post on Instagram, you know, and mates will come and people I've known over shows will come. Like I recorded me comedy special before I left in Sydney at the ID Comedy Club there, and just done like the week before I left. I said, "Fucking, we got the cameras, we got the setup here. We just bought a new one, Laugh Mob the company, and then I'm like, let's do this. Give me it for free, like the venue for free. It was like 6:30, you know what I mean? So before the main show, so it's like, who cares? You know what I mean? He just rocks up a bit earlier. We done it all, and then I sold like 20 tickets just off like me posting on my Instagram and Facebook like a week before, and then I passed it with like mates bringing over mates. You know what I mean? So it was sound.
That's sick. So would you say though, like obviously, because over here, as well, like when you were still new to comedy, you were in Australia, weren't you? Like early doors. Is it easier, do you think, as a new comedian getting gigs over there than it is over here?
Is there even much comedy?
There's more like an open mics. Not anymore. I don't know, probably about the same actually, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of open mics, like maybe the open mics there are better, like, because there's obviously less of them, you know what I mean? Like, but it's different, like London, you know what I mean, is oversaturated in it, you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I like the Northwest better and shit like that. But
is there much of a comedy circuit out in Australia, would you think? Or is it more?
Oh, like, I mean, in terms of like, it doesn't matter how good you get there. No, the rest of the world don't care because it is that far away. You know what I mean? Like, only like some have broke through, like Jim Jeffries, but he got big in England and America. You know what I mean? He wasn't like, and then he comes back and he's massive. You know what I mean? He wasn't big back home, but not a household name and not like that.
Jim Jeffries has got the greatest name comedy special of all time. He's got a comedy special called Alcoholocaust.
Oh yeah. I thought, was it a comedy special? I thought that was a show in Edinburgh.
It might have been, to be fair.
Yeah, he just drank like a bottle of fucking Jack every day.
Yeah,
before the show and shit like that.
It's one of your $5 a day, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's gotta be done, that.
There's beans,
gotta be
Daniels, probably.
Not even as exactly.
There's like 2% that's healthy in it.
But like in Perth, I'm doing like 6 shows a night there, but I'm doing my show King of Comedy, and that's like, you know what I mean, on weekends I can put 100 in there, but that's just off the name as well, you know what I mean? People know me, see me doing other spots because I'm bouncing around and flying and all that, you know what I mean? Like, but
would you say there's a difference between the audience in Australia and the audience in the UK? Do you know what I mean? Between the people, what they laugh about. So what's the difference then, you'd say?
I mean I still like
maybe the nationality
in Perth and stuff like that. Like, I mean, they're all used to be English, you know what I mean, descent and all that. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like, and then some of them are just fucking fresh off the boat. You know what I mean. Like me and that. Like, so it's like, especially in like Perth, it's like Little Britain. It's all British people, but the weather's sick.
I know what you mean.
Is there a dip right? Yeah, I won't.
Oh, exactly. Never again, I can't. 2019 was the last time, I swear to God.
Benidorm just doesn't appeal to me, you know.
Do you know what, Joe? I imagine Benidorm to be.
It's horrible.
It'd be like, you'd get the same families you get on like a caravan site in Wales.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Sweating at the same time.
The family of 17 that just fit in one hotel room.
Just little scruffs everywhere, just little Jimbo kids who just wandered in the camp somewhere. But you're roasting, yeah. So when you were over in Australia, obviously you had your first proper threesome in Australia recently.
Yeah. I love that we keep coming back to that. I appreciate it.
I love you want to speak about it so much. So like, is there a difference in the birds in Australia than there's over here? Because I know over here, like, let's say
the more tan.
It's like the toilets, you fucking one this way and then instead of going that way.
I can imagine women in Australia would be a lot more forward. Like over here,
I mean, I'm fucking exotic there, baby. You know what I mean? Like I'm Scouse Hugh Grant walking in there like that. I don't know what he's saying, but I like it. You know what I mean? It's like literally, it's like they don't know what a Scouser is. Nobody's clutching a purse or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, let's go.
Sick that.
I'm like, I mean, I get definitely. I mean, I get pussy here, you know what I mean. But like the quality, there is obviously the quality there is miles better.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's what I mean. Like, 'cause obviously most birds over here, they are vile.
Here you go.
That's why you're going to be single forever.
The women views in half straight away, innit?
No, the ratio. No, obviously apart from you watching, but
apart from you eating that Ben and Jerry's tub, I see you, Phoebe.
Unless you're watching with your fella, you are. You are 10.
Yeah.
No,
the only reason you're watching it if you're a woman is your fella's making you watch it. That's what it is right now.
No, what I'm saying,
you're blowing them and you're like, what's he saying?
Over here, the ratio of like good to bad it's like 20% to 80%.
Yeah.
And even that's like foreign students.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you go on Tinder here, you're like, what is this?
God!
And these wanted people. This is fucking FBI's most wanted list or whatever the fuck. You're like,
it's like scrolling through the audition list for fucking the Undateables, isn't it?
It is like,
I swipe on everybody, and then that's when the games begin. You know what I mean? That's when it's like you just get to see these fucking absolute warlocks.
You one of them, you don't even look, you just like that swiping.
Start swiping with anime characters and that. Like, oh, fuck that.
I mean, I barely use it really, but when I do, you know what I mean, I'm going hell for leather, trying to break a land speed record.
I remember.
Good practice as well, isn't it? For the clitoris.
I remember going out with somebody that's in the one site, met up, I went to the baby with it, and you're like,
oh, we don't have to tell Sue stories on this podcast? Nice. Halle Berry was in this threesome. She was the ugly one, I'm just saying.
I'm not even telling the story, I'm not even how long are you back for? Are you back to like January?
Till January. I go to America for a bit in September.
Where you going? New York, LA?
LA, Boston, Connecticut, yeah.
You going to do comedy there?
I got weddings, but I'm just to kick off the trip, then I'll do like 5 weeks of comedy and watch NBA.
When's that?
LeBron James at the Lakers and shit.
Nice.
When's that you going there?
Mid-September.
Nice, that.
Yeah.
What's the biggest city in America for comedy? Is it like New York and stuff, and like Brooklyn and all that?
As well, but I don't want to do like a fucking week there. That's like fucking saturated. You have to pay to do. I don't know, open mic there like fucking years ago.
Yeah.
And you had to pay to perform, and it's all comics. You're like, what the fuck? But I'm sound now. I'm in with a few people now when I go there.
Say something, right? Because obviously, I love your type of comedy.
Yeah.
I think it's hysterical, like the way. Not him, like you, like you're funny.
Jokes for cruise ships, you know what I mean? And pussies, riffing, that's it, lad, you know what I mean?
But I
Riff Richards.
I think Riff Richards.
Have you not heard that? James Allen and Callum Oakley always call me that.
Richards,
but like
Riffy Clyro.
I think your stuff's funny. Like you don't plan nothing, and I think that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? So
more natural, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all natural. Like you're bouncing off people in the audience, and it's like it's a lot of sometimes you've got to be a scouser to hear some of the things that you do say, or even when you go to Australia, because you're used to how they are and that, so you can bounce off them. It's gonna be a lot harder when you go to America because their sense of humour is
completely different.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say it now, you know what I mean? Like, I'll slow it down on stage or whatever and shit like that, you know what I mean? But America are just like,
anyway.
Like, you know what I mean? They're just looking at me like, what the fuck?
I think
I make a wish, kid.
I honestly, there's bar some, I sometimes can see, like, when I watch, like, American stand-up, like, I don't find it funny.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's a weird
sounds too scripted. Like it's just not natural. I think.
Explain it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But us trying to be funny to them, we're not. Do you know what I mean? It's weird.
Different cultures, innit? It's different cultures.
That's true. That's why, like, fucking, I mean, gigging at home is the best, you know what I mean? Because everybody gets the reference. Like, I can talk about, I was riffing about fucking Belle Reeve colour blazers the other night, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that and stuff. Like, Purple Lackey and all that, you know what I mean? It's like shit, like, you gotta be like,
he goes, I'll bet on anything, mate, and then just goes in the middle of hot waters, goes, I'll bet on the apartheid if I need to.
South African Premier League jersey, Orlando Pirates, and I said, there's nothing I won't bet on, you know what I mean? Because I was talking to a guy, Rangers fan or whatever, like, and he's like, what top star? And I'm like, I'll bet on anything. I was like, I bet on apartheid, and I lost. I was like, I never bet on black or whatever the fuck or something, but it was horrible. But
do you ever
it was funny.
Do you know the way? Because when you do comedy and that, you don't write nothing really as it is. It's all off the top of your head. Like, I know people say there's no such thing as a bad crowd, but there is.
For sure.
Do you ever worry that you're gonna get a bad crowd? Like, what would you do if you went on and you were just dead?
Oh, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, the thing about my style is, it's like, you know what I mean? I've only really, like, even now, I'm like, still fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have all the tricks and shit like that, but it's like, I used to be awful, you know what I mean? Like, I was unbookable, you know what I mean? Like, people would book me because, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes a bit of magic would happen, but I'd bomb more, but then as I kept going, it shifted the plateau, so now it's like, you know what I mean? When I bomb now, it's like, I'm not really like, people are still laughing because I've got all my tricks, you know what I mean? And stuff like that, I can do whatever, but, like, back in the day, it was like, it was awful. So I was like, it was only about 3 years ago that something switched, really, to be honest.
Mad that. Because the thing is with me, lads,
you're banking on yourself, you know what I mean? Yeah. Was you?
Lads. I remember.
You've never bombed this guy?
I remember my 4th ever gig. Some woman came over to me after it. True story. This woman comes over to me after it.
You punched her directly in the face.
He has to say true story now because you said before.
No.
You didn't even tell that story he was going to tell before because you hate him.
Nah, true story.
You're going to get back to that. I want to hear that.
Don't forget that. No, honestly, true story. So I've done a gig. I think it was in Manchester. I can't remember where it was in Manchester. And this woman came over to me after it. And like, she looked like she looked like she'd just seen a ghost, like all the fucking. And I was like, you know, you're all right. And she's like, honestly, she's like what you've just done on that stage. Then she goes, that's what comedy should be. And I was like, no, it's no lie. She had a true story, and she was like, it's not. She's like, I feel like it's not, you know. She goes, that's what comedy should be. And I was like, nah, that's just me, you know what I mean? Like, just that way. And then I said, that's just me. And then she said to me, she was almost, tears almost appeared in her eyes as she was looking at me, because it was almost like she couldn't believe I was real. Yeah. And she was like,
you thought you were an angel, Gabriel.
Like, honestly, she's like, I've just laughed that much. Hey, wait, it's not mine. She goes, I've just laughed that much. I forgot what it was to cry. I just said to her at Water Comedy Club Sunday, you know, be there.
Be there on the Lord's Day.
That's a true story.
I don't know if that's a coincidence, but
I'm just saying.
Jesus is back, baby, get in line.
The third coming of Christ.
That's crazy, that is.
Jokes.
That's crazy. That a woman knows what comedy is. Hey! Irony.
But yeah, going over to America then, are you trying to like get big over there, or are you just trying to say?
I'm trying to meet LeBron James, lad, man. To be really honest, that's the plan. You know what I mean?
Get it done.
I go there because I get to see my boys. You know what I mean? It's my mate who's getting married, Christos.
Oh, nice.
And shout out, lad. I know you're watching. Not on the cameras. He'll be in the vents. Little lad. And then I'm lucky that, like, you know what I mean. I've met all comedians. You know what I mean? We all do the same circuit, Edinburgh and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you're meeting so many people, like, and people say, like, oh, come here, I'll look after you. Like, I call them those favours, you know what I mean? Because I look after my mates when they come stay with me, or if they come, like, Australians coming over to England, all that sort of shit and stuff. So I call in those favours, and then I'm lucky that my mates, like, my cousin lives in Boston, like, my other mate lives in LA, places you want to go and do comedy, you know what I mean, and shit. So, like, I don't make money, you know what I mean, really, but I don't really lose money, like, I barely get paid, exactly, like, I'm there anyway.
So these people you can crash with and that.
So yeah,
nice
and like, you know what I mean, I'll take a chunk out my savings, but nothing crazy, that's just me doing shit, you know what I mean, like, the comedy clubs will pay for itself and all that, but...
Do you earn while you're over there?
Nah, like, well, I mean, you can't, like, legally or whatever, you know what I mean, so if, like, someone pays me a check, which never happens, like, you know what I mean, like, it rarely ever happens, not like I'm getting paid, like, making a living off here. Like, last time I was there, 2009, give you a check, and then I paid in my mate's account, he give me cash. Most of them just give me cash because you're making like 20, 30 bucks a night, you know what I mean? You're not making anything, so...
Just enough to, like...
I mean, I go there with money, so that's why. Like, I'll make money in Edinburgh Fringe, and then this will be like a holiday for me.
So how long have you been going to the States without a visa?
What?
So how long have you been going
exactly,
to the States?
That's why I didn't want it. That's why I was sugarcoating around that, you know what I
mean? That's sound, that's all, lad. I mean, as long as you're not taking like silly amount of money and you're still doing what you want to do, like, it's an amazing...
Oh, yo, it's fucking... I mean, and then I am doing, you know what I mean? I've done a comedy store in LA and shit like that, you know what I mean? I've done like fucking Down from the Cellar and David Spade.
Didn't you say that?
I fucking wish, lad. I love grown-ups. I honestly do.
I'm sure it was you.
No, like Kevin Nealon was there and shit like that and stuff.
I thought it was David Spade.
He's another guy. Like, I was upstairs. I think Joe Rogan was in another room that night. Like, there was some people there. You know what I mean? Like,
that's heavy. That.
Who would you say is the biggest?
You got like 4 rooms there.
Who would you say the biggest person you've been on like a card with or
who's the biggest girl you've been on?
Or the biggest person, not met. I want like, or is it not that deep yet?
Obviously we together, so.
So Danny's on the bottom of the list.
I mean, obviously Danny Davies, of course. You know what I mean? That's it.
Who else?
Who else? Christ reborn in comedy form.
But he just died blonde.
If Jimmy Carr fucked Billy Connolly and they had a child.
Nah, it's just
and the kid was autistic as well.
Into a woman and then came back.
And the kid had
you look like you're
ADHD.
transitioning from a man to a boy.
Yeah. It's just if the hairy bikers fucked each other, it just spit that out.
I'm going for a piss, I'm not even that.
But yeah, I don't know. I've met Al Murray before and stuff like that.
It's not even that deep. I was just saying about Tinder, and you were saying about birds being ugly. I went and met some bird for the bevy. She looked nothing like her pictures.
Catfished?
Not badly. So
Lad, we've all been there.
Turned to me auntie, dad, and got off.
You love killing off an auntie. You remember you were shooting them earlier as well?
Lad, he's got no family. He's got no family left, lad. Why do you think he gets sacked from everywhere?
No, do you know what it is?
Every week is like another granddad.
No. I've never
know you could have 14 granddad.
My granddad's second cat is dead.
Listen, right. I've never picked a nan or a granddad, anything like that. I've got this auntie.
Oh, he's got models. He's got models.
No, yeah, of course. No, obviously, no, 'cause I've got this.
Exactly. You'll get them with euthanasia.
No, listen, here's what it is. So, like, if ever, if I'm in work, which is very rarely, if ever I'm like
just for Lent.
No, listen. If ever
if I got the Jubilees coming off, you get a few days off.
He's just went for Lent, lad. He gives up not having a job for 4 years.
Listen, lad, right, here's what I do. And look, listen, I'll clip this. Gary, feel free to use this if ever you're in work and you need a couple of days off, or even as long as the full week off, because you're mourning.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone's got like an auntie or an uncle that they don't like. So I've done this in about 5 or 6 different jobs and got weeks off at a time.
Are you printing out these death certificates?
No, I'll just ring in on a Monday. I'll pick an auntie.
You call your auntie and uncle, leave town for 5 days.
This is why I picked.
Delete all your socials.
This is why I picked them. This is why I picked them, because I've got an auntie and uncle that I don't like, and if they did actually die, I wouldn't care.
Oh,
so, no, fucking
hell. That's fine. Gotta leave this in.
I just wouldn't be asked if he died. It's what I do. It's not that deep. It's just if I found out that uncle that I don't like, David, died.
Make this a clip.
I've got an uncle
Make
David.
this a clip, Gary.
I hope he lives forever. I love him to death.
If I found out, if we were with, you look at David's died, I'd be like, anyway. I go about my day. So if ever I want some time off, it's like, Uncle David's dead again. He's died about 7 times.
That's crazy.
Heavy, you know. Right.
I hope you watch it, David.
Right.
Hate you.
That's brutal, honest. I love you, my Uncle Dave.
Please tell
David Fowler.
Please tell us his name.
Same names. It's getting through.
Exactly, whatever.
Please tell us this amazing story.
So what was it? How did you even get it? Oh, because you were asking me who I've met and stuff.
Okay.
But I never done comedy. This before I done comedy. I was in America. I was after uni or whatever. After UClan, shout out. Represent. Oh, hey, that's what we used to sing. And I went there, and it was like a bunch of students or whatever. You apply, and they give you a job like lifeguarding in LA. And back then, I was like, I'll try to be an actor or whatever. Never studied acting or whatever. You know what I mean? I just got a bunch of work. I just signed up for an extra acting agency because of my hair. Like I had bigger afro then. They fucking used me and shit. I was in fucking the back of the NCIS and fucking all these weird things. The Robin Hood movie and fucking Fast and the Furious in Liverpool when they filmed it there as well. You see the top of my head on the fucking helicopter. You're an extra. You're an extra. This munchy. You know what I mean? All you do is sleep on set. That's all I've done. You know what I mean? Like they're still paying me from this advert in Australia for a tab betting commercial, and I have sports bets, so I just smash it all into that.
Royalties.
Nice that.
Yeah, they give me like $3,000, and I got another $1,000. Yeah.
Nice.
And they were like, can we pay you another grand a show? And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, exactly. What are you on about?
There's 1,000.
So would you want to start getting into acting and stuff as well? Sorry, just to screw it away. Would you want to start getting into acting as much as you're getting into comedy, or was that just a side?
I mean, I'm a terrible actor though. That's what I mean. I realised like I can't do any fucking accent.
So that's why you was only next set.
I can't do all that, and then that's why when I got on stage, actually I realised I can just be me. You know what I mean? I guess the performance thrill or whatever the fuck I was looking for or whatever.
Fair dues. But anyway, with the story.
And then so I was in LA, and then I was going to like, you know what I mean? You're buying tickets for like the Jimmy Kimmel show, all that sort of. Well, a lot of them are free. You just sign up and they just send you a date and that. You know what I mean? I'm just making the most of it. Going to fraternity parties and fucking just wild, like all the lifeguards there are like fucking rich Jewish kids or whatever. You know what I mean? So they've got like sick fucking houses. You know what I mean? Mummy and Daddy are away in the fucking Cayman Islands. We're getting busy. You know what I mean? It's sick. Like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like my boy Christos, whose wedding I'm going to, came down and visited him in Clement. You know what I mean? And all that. Like Clement, I'm sure banged one of the person's mums as well. You know what I mean? She told him, she came down to say like be quiet or whatever the fuck, because we were like all like 20 or something like that, and then he went upstairs with her and quieted her down. So and then she came down happy. So I thought, you know what I mean? Clement wouldn't say nothing. But like, come on, like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? And then. So one of them was like this Russell Brand X or whatever. I think he'd done like, I think it went 2 seasons in the end. I think FX or whatever. So it's in Burbank and they film all the porn there and all that. Like that's where all the studios are and they film all the other stuff there. And so we're there like. To buy, I don't know what the ticket was, $15 or whatever you watch in the studio audience and then they're doing all this stuff and they're talking about like I was a Miami Heat fan at the time, like even though it says Lakers now, because LeBron was there, and so they were talking about, they had this Sarah J, her name was this porn star, and someone else they had there like on the they were like FaceTiming her or whatever on the projector and stuff like that in front of there was only about 40 people in the crowd and that, and Russ Bratton's on the stage and all that sort of stuff, and they're talking about the Heat and they were talking about like, when they won, that they were giving out like blowjobs to people that came and stuff like that, and then they were like, who wants a blowjob now, whatever, and I was like, boom, I put my hand up straight away, I'm like, yes lad, and he brings me up and he's like, you're a scouser, this is hilarious. So we're like riffing and stuff like that, like literally like I'm making him laugh, you know what I mean, like the footage is still out there. You find it somewhere, fucking it'd be on a streaming service or something. I've got it like in Sydney, my mate's got it on the hard drive and all that, you know what I mean, like but I can get it and shit like that.
What else is on the hard drive?
So so much stuff, you know what I mean, mainly Epstein stuff really, you know, it's Russell Brand stuff, it's my comedy special and Epstein stuff. We're still editing the Epstein stuff. That's funny in the special. It's funny in the special. I don't know why. Exactly. You're like, Jesus Christ. But Gary Island's doing his job through that. He'll get through it. You know what I mean?
Getting the money's worth there, aren't we?
So I'm on stage and all that, and he's like, oh, who would suck his dick now? And then somebody's like, she like comes up and it's Anita Albright, so the porn star. Yeah, Anita Albright. You know it. I was just telling you about it. Yeah,
it was, but Google.
I've heard the name.
Google up and show it on this camera. Yeah.
Put a picture of her face on the screen now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, do that. That's even better.
Show me again now.
That's it.
You got your dick shown by her.
It's just like 10 years ago now, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
What?
Oh, Sam,
she's loving it. Yeah,
let me finish.
She's a bit mad now, didn't she?
Let me finish. I mean, she'd be old now, whatever the fuck, yeah, but I mean, I got it in her prime, baby. I ruined it for the rest of them.
Nah, she looks heavy on that one here.
Lad, are you mad?
Yeah. Anyway, just come on, you can fucking have
Danny will be back in 10 minutes time.
Your dick.
So yeah, of course, doesn't smell like shit like yours. So
Danny, would you like?
Ain't alone, Tuesday nights.
So Danny, I think
it's a real hump day, isn't it?
I think that all of us here and the viewers at home have got a few questions. So Danny, would you like to elaborate?
Just let him finish the story.
But then we're coming straight back to this. That's it. Because,
remember it.
I mean, my story is good,
Danny's
but your story is shit.
over there,
if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Go on,
that's
carry on with the porn star, give me the cheek.
I'll try to drag this on for as long as I can for you, big fella. So she gets up and I'm like, what the fuck? And then like, they've all got voting pads or whatever under your chair or something like that. Like I literally got, I was like the first part of the show, so I didn't know all this. So they had the voting pads and like, oh, should he get a blowjob or whatever? And then people are like, yes or no, and everybody's like, yes, and I'm like, the people have spoken, come on. and everybody goes crazy, like and then they call the episode that the people have spoken, so I'm like, oh, that's sick after what I said.
Sick.
I'm like, that's baller. And then So then they're like, all right, well, go backstage or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And then
you're getting set up or something?
No, me and her go backstage and the camera crew's there and that. And then she's like on her knees, in front of me. And then like I'm like in my boxes and like got my dick out and shit like that. Like I'm trying to get hard and all that. And I mean, I'm getting hard, let's be serious. Like I'm 20 and it's a porn star.
Is this on stage in front of it?
No. So this is like backstage, but they got a camera there, but the camera just sees it's from like behind me and shit like that. You know what I mean? So they're not like expecting me to get my dick out and all that straight away, but she's like there and then like I mean to this day, no, but I mean like I don't even think she was a plant, to be honest. Like I think she just was watching the show and wanted to get on. Or, I don't know, to be honest, because that's where the studios are. So sometimes the porn stars just come over and watch the other shows or whatever.
That's mad.
I don't know. Yeah. So it's like, and even to this day, it went like nothing. You know what I mean? She wasn't on any of the other shows and not like that and weird shit. But anyway,
lucky day.
So and then they're like somebody in the back of the fucking audience is like, oh, we can't do this. I'm not watching this young man get sucked off or whatever and shit like that.
Get out then.
And I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, and she's like, I'm worried about him. And I grabbed the camera and I'm like, don't be worried about me. Like, I'm like, don't you worry about me. Love. So funny. And then they're like, no, we can't do it. And like, it probably is a fucking legal nightmare or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So she gets up and I'm like, what the fuck? So she had it she had it in her mouth for like 10 seconds or something. You know what I mean? Like
that's the best 10 seconds of your life, lad.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like, I mean, the handshake still stands up, but I'm saying it wasn't a blowjob to completion. You know what I mean? I wish it was.
Complete blowjobs within that 10 seconds.
Oh no, the memory has lasted me so many times. You know what I mean?
We've had so
many wet dreams. You know what I mean? So many sheets.
She'll want to go and grab her after the show.
Come on.
Oh yeah, no. So doing that, and then I think that was the fucking whole show. Whatever, we were there for like an hour and a half, but I guess it's like 20 minutes in the end or whatever the fuck, or 22 minutes. And then when they release it, and then afterwards, I'm like, because we were hammered on the way there. Like I remember, I was passed out in the car on the way there. When I got there, they were like, "Wake up!" It was like in the late afternoon, like 5, so we were like just drinking since 1, like we were pre-gaming for it, like this is hilarious, you know what I mean? Like for Russell Brand, like we're like, this is sick. And then afterwards we're like, yo, you want to come to a frat party, baby? And she's like, no. And then just walked off. Oh my god,
heavy. It was so close.
I know.
Say, shut up, my dick's just being in your trap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're coming to frat party.
I wasn't me back then. I would have been like, what's my dick taste like? Shut up, are you getting in the boot? I mean, I was 20. I wasn't even 21 because that was the whole thing. They were like,
the age
I was hammering on there.
21 is the legal age, isn't it?
It was in American, and then you know what I mean. Everybody watched it. My nan showed everybody. She's like, look at this, me grandson's getting a blowjob. I'm like, what are you doing here? She had it on a skybox for ages, and then they moved out and they lost it.
Just behind your head, just from the on top of a fire.
I've got him. Wait there, let's have a look.
Just framed.
Am I still in there? Sorry, I almost unplugged it. I'll show you this real quick. I got a photo of me and Russell Brand. It's on me on stage. He's holding my hand or whatever. I can't even remember why, but we might have been bowing at the end or something like that. I can't even remember. But
he's got A by the flag.
I gotta keep scrolling for me bloody Facebook thing. But yeah, so tell your buddy story.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Don't lie, you look so different, you know.
Yeah, I was 20 fucking 1, lad.
Yeah, you look so much younger.
That, like, yeah. No, I was 20, sorry, yeah.
Oh my god, you look like you should be on like Superbad or something.
Oh, I love that. It's just a shit.
Nah, he looks like
what's his name?
Like a skinny Seth Rogen.
Oh yes. No, they were like the dress code was like, I can't even remember what they said.
Afro.
Formal. So I wore jeans and a shirt. I was like, oh, what, you know what I mean? Like, but everybody was some people in suits and pants and all that. But we were like, whatever.
Yeah. So Danny, what happened the other month, mate?
Oh yeah.
You actually make me tell you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What happened?
Try and follow my story with this.
This is horrible, you know.
He's gonna have a stinker.
Can't believe it.
Literally
Go on, we'll tell them and let these.
I'll pay for another hour in the studio for this.
Right, so
look the audience in the eye, lad, when you say it.
In the Jeff's eye.
In case my mother's watching, you talk about like.
Yeah, what are you on about? Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No, like
my Mars already wants to punch my head in, lad. You can say it.
That's hilarious. Anyway. We'll be in there. Why were you shaving your face? You got no facial hair whatsoever.
Because I shaved it.
Oh, you shaved that one freckle. That mole.
So a mole. I give it to the arm.
That's crazy. That's
horrible. Danny, offload some of the
Danny, the other month, what happened? You shit.
Shut up, man.
Explain.
Talk to me about offloading heat, lad.
Offloading the pressure of the situation.
That's crazy, that.
Before could someone get me bottle of water, please?
Oh, my Lord.
It's anyway.
I can't wait to hear him try and do these accents again.
I'll get a bottle of water, start the story.
Okay, right.
My Lord.
Do you want me to wait for you or start now?
No, start.
No, go on.
Right.
Tell a story, Anu.
So this is a few months ago, right? I was at a gig, and like, yeah. So I go to this gig in town in Liverpool city centre for any of you out of town who's watching.
And anyone who thinks we're from the Whittle.
Nice one. We've
get it all the time from the Whittle.
What the fuck?
Right, so I'm at this gig anyway.
Fucking plastic scousers, turn that off. How the fuck do you get Wi-Fi, you rat? Shouldn't have been watching this.
Just haven't even got fire over
They're watching it on the BlackBerry case.
They're watching it on an Etch-a-Sketch, man. It's like frame by frame.
Somebody fucking put down your PSP now.
Etch-a-Sketch though. Just like pulling in the fucking WhatsApp logo on an Etch-a-Sketch.
So as you say, Kyle, what you say before?
I said I'd love to hear this story.
Say the story.
I said I'd love to hear
I'm not letting go.
Come on.
I'm not listening to Elsa. I'm not letting it go.
So a few months ago, I'm at a gig, and I've walked into this gig, and there was this girl, like, gorgeous, and I've walked in, and I've been like, I have notes to state about, you know what I mean? And like, obviously, I'm like,
it wasn't him looking in the mirror, by the way.
No, it could have been because I'm so good looking.
Yeah, blonde hair, blue eyes. He loves
yeah.
it.
And then,
oh, she had more facial hair as well, actually. Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm at this gig, goes in, see this girl, think, you know, she's all right there, like. And then after I can't believe I'm telling this.
Split the beans.
So I'm having a pint after the gig anyway, and she's come over to me. She's come over and saying that she was Norwegian.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna for anyone from Norway watching, I apologise for that. I'm about to depict your accent here. She's come over and she's been like, "Hello."
She was a Teletubby. Say it again.
Hello. Hello. I was just like,
it's like Borat.
My wife.
So I've reciprocated the conversation. I've been like, hello. And then she's been like, you were really funny. I was like,
we're travelling continents here, aren't we?
It's racist because Norwegians are white, so I can do the accent.
Oh, for
it's
sure.
okay.
And you're not doing a Norwegian accent, so that's probably why it's not offensive.
So anyway, she's been like, you're really funny now. I was like, oh, well, yeah, no, I know. And she's like,
that's why I'm drinking a pint alone. Look at all the fans that's swarming me. How did you get past the red
so
velvet?
Back to my stadium, yeah. So anyway, so she's been like, you're really funny. I was like, well, no, of course. And then like, she just put it on my toe. She's been like, would you like to come back to my place?
And was it that quick?
What? So just to give a little bit of
Had you finished the pint, yeah?
So I was about halfway down the pint.
Oh,
roughly.
okay.
Maybe 2/3. And then, but we'd let on to each other beforehand, and like not even had like conversation, just like small talk. She wasn't very good at English.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's coming.
She only knew the word, get to ours. That's the only phrase she knew, get to ours. And see you later.
So she was like, do you want to go to my place? So I was just like, okay. Right. So we goes back to hers.
Get to the shit.
So as soon as we've got back to hers, and she's just like, she started like kissing me. And that's what it is. Okay, I'm very familiar with the.
Where she live?
Going in like the city centre.
I'm gonna need that address.
Send the postcode.
Don't want the address. And then like so fucking we start like I'm shagging her and that. And then she's turned around and
sweating saying this, you know.
I know. Missionary.
Like,
non-stop mish.
So she's turned around. I'm gonna drop the accent for the sake of
Shittinary.
So she's turned around and be like, will you put it in my ass?
Please, no, what did she say?
She was like, put it in my ass, please.
It's a very polite country, Norway, I'll tell you.
Put it in my ass, please. I was like, what's his ass like? I can't know.
Yeah, no,
so
yeah.
I would have said, no way.
I'm obliged. I'd be like, okay, like, for you. I'll do it. So I've done it, peek out, and then like...
For Brexit.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, you know, we're both Aryan race. So
you both look like Hitler's wet dream.
So we both looked pretty much like we were related.
Yeah.
And then after around 3 or so minutes of this perpetual motion, I feel.
Oh.
Someone's cooking something up in here. I was like, what's going on? No, before I give the
pungent smell.
It was
stings the nostrils.
My
eyes start watering.
And then, like, my sinuses were like, and like, so, like, before I get into any details, I've got like a phobia, right? Like, I love like if I'm having a meal, right?
I love this shit.
If I'm having a meal,
it's boss.
Like, I put loads of sauce on my food. I love it, lad. Like, I'm all me Mexican and me Italian foods, loads of sauce. But you know, if a bit of sauce.
What do you mean by sauce?
Like, so no, I was any
sauce or whatever.
Like, if I get sauce on my skin, lad, I will nearly be sick.
Bit of context,
Why?
we got a Mackey's, right? I don't know, we got a Mackey's, right? I put a sweet chilli dip in the bag and I told him to go in the bag and get some napkins, and he got the sweet chilli dip, little tiny bit on his thumb. He was balking in me car.
Fucking pussy.
Right.
What are you on about?
It's a texture thing now, won't it?
So we go back we go back to the
story.
To the story. So
it's fucking like a novel at this rate, lad.
Like, will you put it in my ass, please? I was like, okay. Put it in there. 3 or 4 minutes go by and I'm, ooh, what's that smell? Right. I've looked at don't look away from me, I need moral support. Be shit like on me dick. But not only that, it was like running down the inside of her leg.
Jesus
but
Christ.
It's like, it's like it was a rock hard shit and Danny's dick's just mashed it up. It's like liquid.
Chili sauce, but where?
Human
miles
sauce.
where? So she's looked
Just a little bit weird. Sweet chili dip shit.
It's not even in the same conversation. It's not even in the same. You put your bag and sweet chili. Who gives a fuck? I'm licking that shit off. Sweet chili. I'm not doing that with shit. I'll tell you that for free.
Well, look, lad, Miles wears no, but lad.
That's crazy, that.
I don't like telling this story, but anyway, she's obviously got wind of the smell because it's wafted over.
She's got more than wind, lad. She shits herself.
She's followed through the smell. And she turned around and looked at me, and I'm looking at me dick, just thinking like, lad, I'm so sorry that this has happened to you, you know. And she's looked me dead in the eye, and I just went, and like if mayonnaise touches me, I'm nearly being sick.
What did you say?
I didn't say anything because I was trying not to be sick.
That's horrible.
So I'm there, probably shouting in that mic. I'm traumatized, right? And she's like looking at me, she's going, I'm just going. And she, I went to the toilet, like sorted myself out. And then
I don't think you can sort yourself out after that, lad.
No, it's gonna take a few more months.
Gonna have to go to like a confessions box, lad. It's like release all your sins.
And then I've got like sorted out, got myself dressed, and she just went, "Okay, get out."
She didn't even say please this time.
You shit on me.
What
I did not even want to
the
be a place to rest my head.
You're crazy. So you just have to go. How'd you get back then?
Taxi.
That's hilarious.
Oh, lad.
Get out. Oh my God.
I would have been doing a walk of shame after that, lad. I wouldn't even allow myself to get in the taxi.
Honestly, it was either I'm getting a taxi or I'm killing myself because I've just had someone else's shit on me.
You wash your dick, obviously.
Yeah, well, obviously.
With his sock and then wore it.
Come on, right now.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Christ.
It was genuinely disgusting. I've had a bit. I don't know if I've spoken with this on the podcast. I mean, you know the girl because you've seen her at gigs. I had a girl bark at me once during sex.
Yeah, no, that one.
Have I spoken with this on the podcast?
Women do some weird shit around you. I don't know what it is.
So strange.
Bring it out in them or something.
What she do? She was like, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
You.
The first time I let it slide, I was like, we can move.
She's committing to the doggy style, isn't she?
Doggy style. I got to euthanize.
She was doing the fucking bulldog, lad. Doggy style, lad.
Just pissing on you.
As long as she doesn't shit on me, it's fine. Right. I want to know, fuck off, right? You've made the show, you're making me tell that story. What's your worst, most embarrassing sex story? Lad?
Oh, here we go.
Well, lad, so like, to keep it on the same story as shit, so, lad, okay.
Why? I don't know.
No, listen, lad. I need to release this pain, like, it's only me and this girl, no. Only me and this girl, no.
It's only the girl.
Yeah, but now, obviously, thousands of people are going to know, but I'm not going to mention the name. So, obviously, when you're shagging...
Gary, edit it out, say a name.
No, lad, no. I can't. No. But anyway, so obviously I was shagging this girl and that, whatever. I'm on top, and then I turn around and put it into doggy, and then as I'm shagging her from behind, she says, "Stick a finger up my ass." So I go, "Say less."
Okay.
Stick my finger up her ass, and then obviously time's going.
I'm giving you the thumb straight away. Behave a finger, behave.
No, but anyway, yeah. So then as I'm goosing her from behind, I decided to stick 2 fingers up there as well, so I started to go from 1 to 2. And as I stick the 2 fingers, it must have been too much, because as I done it, she like farted a bit. So I thought, you know what, fair dues, I've stuck 2 fingers up here. I let her fart, do you know what I mean? But lad, it weren't a fart. So lad, after I've still had my fingers, and I've came and like took my fingers out, lad, and I mean a full finger of shit.
What the fuck?
I couldn't see me fingers. I couldn't see me fingers. Yeah,
That's
I couldn't
horrible.
see me fingers. And lad,
That's absolutely horrible.
And lad,
That's
I just
disgusting,
turned.
that is. What the
Full
fuck?
finger of shit.
Nah.
Not even a
That's
couldn't
horrible,
see
that.
it. It was in.
full finger of shit.
My finger went pure incognito.
Let's Camry's fingerheads.
When camo,
His finger's got a belly on.
when camo on lad, I just turned out to the bird. Went, get the fuck in that bathroom now and get me a tissue. And lad, the bird's just laughing. I went, this is no laughing matter. You taking the piss? This is no laughing matter.
Cold brown.
But yeah, anyway, yeah.
It's turned round to him and just went, don't even call the boggies. Say less.
Say less. Yeah.
With the same fingers, say less.
I haven't seen it for 3 years now. I haven't seen it for 3 years, yeah, so that's how that ended. But yeah.
Wherever you are, I hope
kept
you're
the
watching,
smell.
you know.
That's crazy, that is.
Headache, you know.
Oh, if you're at home wearing adult nappies, watching
Fucking
this.
hope so. Fucking hope so,
Horrible,
man.
that.
Yeah.
Mine was mine's not even no shit or not like that. It's actually quite a bit sad actually. I was just banging one of my exes and then it went in by accident and then it fucking hit her and then she cried. And then that was it. And I just had to hold her. And she was crying, I had to hold her.
That's like the short film.
As I'm holding her, I'm like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Yeah.
The short film of Kyle Legacy.
Just a little one of them.
Hey, it wasn't sure, big fella. You know what I mean? Whatever. It was a TikTok. A hot minute of.
It was a Vine back in the day.
But nah, I'm not a big fan of anal, me. You know what I mean? Giving or receiving. I
don't mind a little finger up the hoop, lad.
Listen, we're no
You're a power top, you aren't you?
I get spoon.
Little spider monkey up here. Just hold on. Throw it around.
Remember when you were a kid, right? And you like,
this guy's an animal here. I thought he was the civil one. Then he comes in with the most outrageous story we've ever heard.
No, remember when you were a kid, you'd be like, oh, nah, I probably want to bum a beard. And you do, and you're like, it's a bit overrated, isn't it?
Nah, seriously overrated.
I'm the pussy all day, every day.
All day, lad.
I'm not eating ass.
I'm just scared that the banjo's gonna snap me, lad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not eating it.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? So you like
you won't
quickly
eat ass?
don't eat ass?
I don't eat ass. I literally, I took 4 years off from eating pussy, lad. That was the game. He used to hit me neck, didn't care for it. Didn't care. Literally. I mean,
Starts getting whiplash.
I wouldn't make them blow me, but I mean, often the time they do, because God bless them, they're lovely. You know what I mean? That's what they are. The women they are. There's some strong, independent women out there. You know what I mean? That what they want to do. Some bitches pride themselves on it. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like, yeah. And then I've never done it. Never even. You don't eat my ass. You don't eat my ass. I'm not eating your ass. You know what I mean? Whatever.
So you're telling me you've never let a bird scran your fat box?
Definitely not that. I'm not even letting a finger up there.
I've let numerous.
It's a slippery slope. Then you're like, then you need fingers to come. Then you need like, you know what I mean? Nah.
Your bumhole is a slippery slope.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Have you never had it done then? Hey, have you never had it done then? Have you never had it done?
I mean, some girls put some fingers up there or whatever, tried and all that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, but you've not. But yeah.
I'm gonna.
It ain't me. You know what I mean? Like I love fucking.
Yeah, no fair.
Yeah, I won't say his name, but if he watches this, he knows exactly who he is.
Do I know who he is?
Yeah, you know who he is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna get to know him after this.
More than you need to, I think.
He tells me some funny shit, like when he's like goosing on and that. And I remember him saying to me one day, he was like, "Oh lads, I had a finger up the arse and that," and I was like, "Fuck off, have you?" I was like, "Have you? It's right, lad, it's right." And he was like, "Yeah." Couple of weeks go by and he's like still fucking goosing and whatever. And now it got to the point that he was
high five and then see this freeze frame.
Like the Breakfast Club.
You're probably wondering how we got in this.
So a couple of weeks went by anyway, and then he pulls me again and he's like, "Oh lad, I fucking, you know, every time we're doing it, oh lad, I've always got to have it done." And he was saying, he went, "Lad, this one time she stuck her finger up there and I was just in my head, I was going, oh please just put 2 in."
Oh,
I know what you mean. I know exactly.
This is what I'm talking about.
Tell me what it is after. Tell me what it is after.
We will, 100%.
You lads gonna be buying plungers for the wrong reason.
Listen, lad. Look, listen.
Right on the floor.
This is how I look at it. Right.
Sitting on stools without the seat.
This is...
You know what I'm talking about.
Do you know where it all started? School assembly. I used to sit on the end of the bench, lads.
Get the little move.
Yeah, started with a little fucking rubber thing.
The long wood ones, you know what I mean? That was the spot that people were running for that spot. The girls were running for that.
He's there pushing them out the way.
Move, bitch.
Turn into a seesaw.
Just him with the weird teacher on the other end looking at him like that.
It's time for everyone has their price. Find out if you're nasty or nice.
This is all fresh off the dome. There's someone drop me a beat because this is coming in hot.
Oh my lord.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Right, so... Boys, I'm making this up, lad. This is going on as it goes along.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put big cash up for you straight away.
Moolah.
350 grand, right?
That's a lot of cheese. Exactly.
So
That's a litre of
Dutch
petrol now.
mark or pounds.
That's only a litre of petrol
Crypto?
nowadays.
So you get 350, you get 300 grand in cash and the extra 50 grand in Ethereum. We're getting modern.
Yeah.
So
And the antidote to AIDS. Just throw that in there. Take it.
cure for cancer.
Yeah. Nah, 350 grand. Yeah.
350 bag,
350 bag, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're in the park, on the ball for your dog, right? Your dog starts choking. Think, what's going on here? You look, it's got the ball that you were playing fetch with. It's like stuck in its throat, all slobbered all over it. So you've got to like get it out with your mouth. Like,
Why can't you get it out with your hand?
because it's not worth 350 grand. You just grab it. You've got to like.
If my dog's choking, the first thing that's going to pop into my head, I'm going to neck him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
For 350 bag, yeah, you'd do it.
So you're
I
selling
feel like
me.
you're close enough to
I
it.
love the way you went. This is
It's
gonna
a
be
man's
off the
best
bat,
friend.
and I just
Yeah,
went,
it's a man's best friend, do you know what I mean? I'd do it.
Listen,
350 grand, yeah. 350 grand, yeah.
Like, and so you
What's the breed?
everyone else says it.
What's the breed of the dog?
fucking hell, lad.
Good question. Well, you know, Chihuahua's not going to chew on it, choke.
And what
No,
gender is the
not
dog?
necking any dog,
What
you know
gender is the
what I
dog?
mean?
It's gotta be a nice looking dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, a big slobbery, like
Lady in the Tramp. You got Lady in the Tramp.
Big mastiff, loads of slobber. It's there going, right, and you think chippy dog's gonna
What
die.
dogs are you
But
buying off from
but then
RSPCA?
listen, But then right as you're about to grab it, I don't know, over the briefcase. Stop. Have your dogs die in a cast? Stop, lad. Stop, lad. You're like, right. Just listen to what I'm gonna say.
You win the exact same outfit for a
I open the
briefcase.
briefcase. You see it's like, you're like, what's that? I'm like, 350 grand before you save your dog's life. You've got to get that ball out of its throat. With your mouth.
Sign the contract.
Yeah, but
Sign the contract, lad, I'm doing it.
What?
I mean,
I'm saving its life for 350 grand as well. Remember that. So I'm not just necking it. I'm saving its life.
and then you get to
saving
celebrate it with the 350 grand.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
lads. Exactly.
I'm not really an animal. I'm
I'll
not
buy
I'm
that
not
dog a
really an
Heavy's.
animal guy. You know what I mean? So I'm not asked if the dog dies. Really, to be honest with it. To be honest, whatever. Fuck off. I'm rooting for Cruella de Vil every time I watch that movie. I'll tell you right now. But
That's our
yeah,
sponsor from
I'm
Dog
not
Stuff.
necking no dog. I'm not doing it for 350 grand. I'll make that on a bet.
We've
One
all
day
said
I'll make
yes
that on a
twice
bet.
on
I
here.
will.
Doing it?
On a real bet on a sports bet. I'll
No,
make
you've
that.
got to do it. So you
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
So,
Wouldn't you
for
do
350
Nah.
grand.
350,000, you wouldn't neck a dog.
Dogs are free and shit, yo. What the fuck? You go to the RSPCA, you just get one.
No, but you would get 350 grand if you got the
but I'm
ball
saying-
out its mouth.
Yeah, but I'm saying it doesn't matter. Like,
You wouldn't
I'll
do
make
it, you
that,
just
I'll make
wouldn't
that
do
one
it.
day. I will. 350 grand. I'll do
I
it.
like the
I'll
mindset.
make
I
that
like the
on a bet.
mindset.
Like, fucking
That's
who
what
knows?
I-
This
I-
Saturday,
I-
this Saturday, Hail Mary on that.
I knew you
5-1 Champions League.
You definitely got a check in your pocket, haven't you? Like
Me?
what you done, yeah. You definitely got with him as well.
Nah, I wish, lad. I wish.
Okay.
I'm poor as fuck, lad. but I'm living the dream, though.
I'd definitely do
I'm
it,
not
lad.
as bad as you, actually. Nah, I am, sure.
fuck
Drinking
you then.
Not
boosts.
have to be your story. lad.
Right, so, next question.
Go on.
Next question.
Are you going to do it or not?
Huh?
You didn't answer.
Yeah, are you doing it? You're
And you
doing
didn't
it, yeah.
answer.
I'll do it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
350
not having a go with that.
So I'm
No,
not
no,
just
no.
the only weirdo here. Alright,
So
Bobby
it's
said
you
you
saying
were
us too, alright, Sam.
I want a discussion here. So you're telling you love dogs for one. You love money, even though you've got none.
But I like it so much. I don't know.
You're telling me you would not.
Forbidden fruit.
You would.
He's never
That's why I don't work. I just can't.
The elusive currency.
He opens the briefcase. He's like, these aren't 50p's. How do I know how much money's in there?
That's at least £7.
No, wait, no, let's not go off subject.
It's at least £7.
You wouldn't do that for 350,000.
Couldn't do it.
Don't lie.
Bloody
man.
mad.
It was my question. I've got no reason to lie.
Use them, man.
Nah, I'd do it 100%.
Anyway, that's what it is. You fucking freak shows.
100% do
I
it.
just want to neck it.
Okay, for...
Oh, okay.
I've got one. For 100 grand, only a little bit of dough, would you eat a live goldfish? It's a big goldfish as well. It's not just a small one.
Yeah.
It's
What do you
live. You've got to get it out.
How big are we talking now?
So like,
These are just-
maybe about that big. Cameras about
What?
that big. About that big. And you've got to
That's
eat.
not a goldfish.
You've got to eat.
That's a full-on dolphin.
Okay, it's
What are you on about?
It's free willy.
okay. A tuna fish, a big fish.
Do you know
Do you know what? A tuna fish is nice.
Why are they all dick?
Do you not know how big a tuna is? Do you not know how big it is? Some tunas in a
Any fish, any fish about this big. Okay, 100 grand. You've got to eat it straight
Can
out
you
the
chew
fish.
it?
Oh, straight out.
Yeah.
straight
So you can
out.
chew it, but it's a live fish for
Can you
100
cook it?
grand. No, you can't cook it. That's what I'm saying.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, for
Easy.
100.
These two have just let dogs like
Easy.
the
I know. I'm gonna say
And then
yes.
I'm eating a fish now. I don't give a shit. Fuck you, don't do that.
I'm a pescatarian, not a vegetarian.
I'm gonna live forever.
I need to bring the RSPC.
No, for the 100 grand, yeah. Would you eat a live fish?
Yeah, all day.
I love that sushi.
All day.
Okay.
Yeah, all day.
A little bit of
Okay.
sushi, come on now.
Okay.
Go to Chiffy and pay for one, lad. Rather get
Crazy.
paid and eat
Can I
one.
smash it first, then bango bango?
No. Straight from the tail.
Bango,
Head in
bango.
first. Oh, I did. Don't put that on the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Head in first. I just done that, lad. I was like, just like that.
You just crashed
Dog
yourself.
fishing.
You just crashed yourself.
You hold the fish like this.
You big fucking cum goes there.
No, yeah, 100 grand. 100 grand would just scan a live fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Easy. Would you?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%. I'll do
That's
for the
it,
10 of me, lad.
Anyone else got a question?
the protein.
Like freestyle and something out.
Alright, so let me go.
Okay.
I want to hear a fucked up Kyle one.
I
Let
already
me go,
got a question.
I'm giving you an Oasis summer fruits.
Okay.
I'm giving you
No cash.
a proper big bar. Oh, we'll get to it. A Cadbury bar.
Yeah.
Like the salted caramel one, the banging one.
Okay,
Sick,
yeah, I'm there with
Couple
you.
of watts, it's whatever, you know what I mean? Some
Sounds like the shittest kids menu ever, this, doesn't it?
And then what else have I got on ours?
What are you saying?
Hey, what else have I got on ours?
He's just stoned,
You
like,
can watch
he's
something on the
scanning
TV. You can watch something on the TV.
Yeah.
But you get all that.
An
What else have I got on-
eternity
wait,
later.
what else have I got on ours? Wait. No, yeah, whatever's in the fridge. If you suck me dick.
Was that just an offer? Was that just straight up?
Oh, you don't have 350k? Oh, okay, line around. I'm like, so who wants it? Nah, I don't have one. I was trying to go the other way with it. Nah, but for $500,000, would you?
Okay.
For $500,000, that's what I'm saying. I'm on both ends of the spectrum. Would you $500,000? No, 5 million.
Okay.
5
big
million.
dollar.
Okay.
I'm selling my soul for that medium, man.
But you gotta watch your nan and granddad have sex, like proper
For
shit.
5 mil.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what?
Would you? What? 5 million.
I mean, all right, $500,000 then. I don't know how this game works, to be honest.
90% discount on the offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give you 10 to 1 on your nan.
Okay, still $500,000.
Right, okay.
$500,000.
All right, 5 million and your nan. You watch your nan die,
Fucking hell, lad.
and you could save her. I don't know.
Do you know what we did? I've got one.
How much is your kidney worth to you? I've got your nan in the other room.
I've got one.
In a bathtub.
I've got one. Okay, so for only 50 grand, only 50 grand, would you eat 10 tarantulas for 50 grand? For 50 grand, just eat them.
Alive.
Fry them. Eat them. Alive.
You love being alive, you though, you sick
Alive, yeah,
fuck.
lad. If they're still moving, it's sick. If they're still moving, it's sick, innit?
His next question will be 200 grand.
Tarantula?
Newborn baby.
Nah.
You're scranning it.
That's crazy.
Okay, no, okay, 250 grand, 10 spiders, like tranches like the size of your hand. Tarantulas the size of your hand, 10 of them.
Nah, I
for
wouldn't do it.
250
I
grand.
wouldn't do it.
A spider
Nah.
that big
Would you not?
on my wall and I
Lads,
sleep on
I'm
the couch, bro.
petrified of them, lads. I wouldn't do it.
And then that's a lot of fucking, you know, the spider, you know what I mean? Like, that's, you
One
get full and
tarantula
shit.
would be more than enough to fill me
Yeah.
up on the whole...
I'd do it.
Nah,
I'd
I'm
try
not
and do it anyway. I'd try and do it.
Really?
Yeah, I'd try.
No
Well, 250 grand. It's only a spider.
Well, you be making fucking a grand
Yeah, but
off
how
this.
many of them, though?
You're
Yeah.
making
10 of
500
them.
grand off this
Fuck off, lad.
in a
10 of
month
them.
on this podcast, lad.
Never.
I'd do it. I'd try and do it anyway. If it shit out halfway, but lad, I'm trying it. It's only a spider, lad.
No.
That's crazy.
I'd do it, me.
Okay.
What else?
Would you, for $1 million, so we're talking big cash, yeah?
Moolah.
Right, $1 million. There's got to be a false backstory if you release to the public.
Okay.
Exposing you.
Some Black Mirror shit.
Exposing you.
Go on.
Exposing you as the leader of a terrorist / child trafficking organisation.
Okay.
For how much
You can
though?
never be prosecuted for it because it's not actually true.
Oh,
Do you know what?
Okay, okay.
Everybody thinks.
I like this.
That's one of my biggest fears. You know,
general
that's,
public.
Everyone thinks a whole million.
nah, I couldn't.
think I could,
I
you know.
couldn't. You know.
Where would you
That's
spend
one of my
it?
biggest
wouldn't be
fears. You
able
know.
to Spend it anywhere. People will be like, nah,
Yeah,
fuck
exactly.
No,
you,
because
whatever.
legally you can still transact.
No, but I'm saying, yeah, but nobody wants to hang out with you.
Like,
know, like-
No, yeah. You can't go out in public. You can't go out to have a drink and that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Exactly.
That's my
wouldn't be
biggest
able to do
fear,
it
that, you
anyway.
know.
You wouldn't be able. Yeah,
You'd move somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, that's what you. If you took
I
$1
wouldn't
million,
do it.
For $1 million.
What you do with the
for $1 million, you'd go
Listen,
somewhere.
You're selling your
nobody
life
would
for $1
even
million,
know.
aren't you?
What
Really?
you do with the millions up to you. Would you do it?
All right, wait.
Nah.
Question. I want to ask questions.
I wouldn't do anything for that amount. Like that's something I
What do
couldn't
my
do.
family and my friends think about it?
Did they believe it?
Your family and friends. It all depends on how close you actually are. Because you could go to your mum and go, look, listen, this is the situation. Everyone thinks it is.
Oh, so I can tell them about the mill.
Yeah, so you can bring them with you. You know what I mean?
Oh, so I can tell everyone.
But whether or not I believe you, yeah, but then they're gonna go, you obviously just got that $1 million from the child.
No, 'cause then
That's
You
true.
thought deep, haven't you? You thought deep.
That's off
Nah,
the dome, man.
do you know what?
Do you know what you call that? Talent.
Nah,
Discuss.
that's my biggest
There's a
fear.
lot
That
of
you know.
holes in this. What are you on about? What a shitty human trafficking operation. You're only making $1 million. That's insane.
Kids are bargains
You're fucking your own
nowadays.
supply. You're fucking your own supply. You for sure.
He's coming from
Surely
the
where.
team fan, lad. He must know.
Yeah,
how much
he
it comes through
knows.
the bank, him, lad.
He's got the prices, lad. He's got the prices on it. Excel documents.
I get a discount, but I mean, I give you the ballpark.
Mates rates.
$1 million, would you do it?
That's
It's
my
like
biggest
golf, it's
fear.
high-
No.
the
I don't know,
cheaper
you know.
the age.
The lower the score, the better.
You want a live baby?
Would you do it, Dan?
Maybe, I don't know
Would
what
you
we
do
can
it, Dan?
for you, but
Hey, would you do it?
Do it. I don't think I could.
I don't
I
think I
couldn't.
could personally.
nah.
I
No.
couldn't. That's your life gone, innit?
Well, no, you've got $1 million, lad. I'm not asking. I know.
but
I'm
to do
not
what?
saying-
Wait, though, lads.
lad, let's just say
You can't go out with your mates.
No, no.
listen, let's just say, like, working out 100% of my family, right? Say if only 50% believe me, I can't. What can I do with that 50%?
You can't do nothing.
with $1 million. If you're chatting more money than moolah, like 30 odd mil, 40 mil, then
I wouldn't do
That's
it.
an obvious, yeah. I was making
I wouldn't do it, lads.
Because you're the ones you can
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way, but then you think, would I lose out on the
Yeah,
mill?
I'm not
I
the
wouldn't do it.
challenge, and I said I wouldn't do it, but I said if you were to offer higher, you know what I mean? Would you do it?
Nah.
What
I wouldn't do
what
it.
about 20 mil? 20 mil. 20 mil
Inflation's through the roof, innit?
today, not like 80s,
Yeah,
20 mil
in cash,
today. Yeah.
tax-free.
Oh, baby, you already know. 2 briefcases, 5. I don't even know. But you're in a wheelchair.
No.
20 mil?
No.
But you're in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Nah.
Forever,
I'd do
like,
it.
paralysed? No, no.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
No,
No
you mean like
chance, no.
paralysed the waist down, me, you just can't walk, but you can still do shit.
No,
or you're like a full-on
yeah,
Stephen
paralysed
Hawking.
waist down.
No.
Oh, you wait
Still
there.
not.
You can't get
No,
an hard on it now,
can't
innit?
do
No.
it.
No,
You can get a hard on.
Oh, then yet then.
No,
All you
You
need.
can't get a hard on now. It's like,
Let me explain this.
Stop. This is coming from the man who last week said he'd lose his dick and balls for 500 grand.
did he say that? What are you going to spend the money on? Can't
Let
spend
me
on
explain.
pussy.
Let me explain this point though. Okay, all you
20
use your legs
4
for is
briefcases.
walking. So like, if I was paralysed from legs down, the only thing affected really is my dick.
Think
But if
about
I can still
stairs.
use that, yeah, like you can get a lift, or I'll just crawl dead slow. I'll just start doing the breaststroke. I'll start doing the breaststroke up the stairs.
You wanted to lose your dick and balls for about $500,000 last week, lad.
Yeah, well, last week, this week.
That's
We
hilarious.
move. No, wait, if I
That
can
should be the
still...
title of this podcast.
This week. Do you know what?
This week.
Put on a quote with a black and white picture of back behind 40-year-old women on Facebook and loving that. Last week.
This week.
I'm getting adopted soon for that, aren't I?
Then you live, laugh, love.
I'm getting that put on a mug, you know. I'm going to send it
That's
to you.
so
No, but if I
that's
could
a
use me-
t-shirt, that for sure.
If I could use me dick, yeah.
Me, lad.
If I could use me
This
dick,
week's
yeah.
this week, last
That's our
week's last
first
week.
drop of merch, that,
Lad,
isn't it?
yeah.
What poem's that from? That's beautiful.
That was Shakespeare, that.
Beethoven's
That was
fourth
an original
synergy.
diagonal.
Arcade Hamlet.
Diagonal 2022.
Matty diagonal.
Wait,
20 million your
what
legs,
was the-
so you can use your dick, you can't use your legs. I'm out.
100%, yeah.
No.
100%.
You're
I'm
in.
not doing that.
Nah.
100%.
Never play basketball again,
Be
nah.
ass being in a wheelchair, like. Know what I mean?
No
Imagine
chance.
that.
Nah.
Nah.
Wouldn't
I
it?
do it.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I'm just a weirdo, lad, I think, but
Do you reckon?
I do it.
Yeah, I've got one.
I reckon a little bit.
You've got four, right. So someone comes over to you, 400 bag,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Fair bit of cash.
So
Big bit of cash.
wherever you're
I've
from,
seen more.
wherever you're from,
Movies.
right? Think of like the scruffiest area by you, where like somewhere in town where all the tramps fucking like sleep and that.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's where-
Homeless brothers.
homeless, yes.
Yeah.
Peace and love, babies. But it like don't
Vermin.
just
Nah. They're not watching it anyway. What are they? They're walking past PC World or Curry's. I don't even know if they even exist anymore. I'm just trying to think of things that went out of business. And they're just watching this, are they? Grow up. Absolute.
Gotta be put on in the window of PC where.
I know.
it is.
What the hell are they seeing it then? That's the only way. It's the only
Trying to
way.
watch it in a phone box. Wait,
Yeah,
this
I know
isn't an
exactly,
iPhone.
yeah.
What's going on here?
Over somebody's shoulder when they're sleeping on the train or something.
Alright, anyway, right.
Wild. The peek at somebody. Grow up. There's a lot of you. My lord, yeah.
So just imagine, right?
He's not lying though, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's not lying.
That's a clip right there.
This podcast has changed significantly since we smoked the joint. You know?
I know it got a whole lot better, didn't it?
He just started naming scram for nothing. He was like, what's it? Chocolate.
I had you hooked there, innit? You were nice about it, weren't you? Little summer
That's
fruits.
me out to shopping.
It's called an offer.
I know. No way.
I'm giving up getting laid to meet you and you guys, fuck's sake.
You said you were getting late.
Hey, something like some Watsons.
I'll take the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on, Bob, go on.
Right, so anyway, just imagine like it's like the, you know where they all chill like behind the Taskers and that by St. John's.
Oh,
You go
yeah.
down there,
rough.
or the back of the Epstein. It stinks of piss and shit because that's where they go to toilet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So 400 grand, right, given to you. You've got to go round there. You've got to pick up each of their shit individually with your hand, and just before you put it in the bag, you have to bite. Let's just say to our shit, you've got to bite.
Just the little nubbin.
Just the end of it.
That's
I'm
horrible.
experiencing this in my head, you
That's
know.
horrible, that.
I was like that. Wait there, what?
It's going. Hey, it's
That's
going.
horrible, that. That's absolutely
Hey, can you
horrible.
do us a favour? Put a slow motion thing.
You'll just see me going.
On the screen. Please, put that in slow motion on the screen now.
Fucking hell, yeah.
Nah, I couldn't
Anyway,
do it.
Crazy.
You've got to.
How long's the shipping built up for?
It doesn't matter.
Are we talking you homeless? They only got there yesterday or they been there?
I don't think it matters. It's someone else's shit.
No, lad, it does the amount of time you're doing it for, 4 days or 4 minutes. That's
Fresh
the difference,
shit.
lad.
Fresh shit.
Fresh shit.
Day old.
Okay.
So they got
Wait,
that little crust on them.
wait. So you're
How
saying
many homeless?
I'm not doing it, no.
Oh, right. So
It's not even
just
a question.
imagine, even if it's a day, 4 days, or whatever. Let's just say for the purposes of this, they all like they take drugs and that, and they're shitting all that out
Proper
anyway.
heroin shit.
Like, you know what I mean?
Free drugs then flying. Flying.
You are a mad man, aren't you, when you think about what you think about the things that you say.
No.
There's something
I'm
going
on the
in there,
spectrum. I'm
isn't
like,
there?
oh,
Change the question. It's smackhead piss and shit, but in Buckingham Palace.
not even better.
Give me the phone.
How much do I have to pay? How much do I have to pay for that?
Yeah, in it, lads. You've got to pay us.
He said that he would suck Prince Philip's dick
Nah, was it that?
What I've heard for tonight, it definitely was.
I now retract my statement.
You know what it was? He said
the
he'd
Smeg.
be Prince Charles' Smeg off his dick and Scran the Queen's
Free cheese, lad.
on 2 separate screens.
cheese.
Just for the pleasure of getting to visit Buckingham Palace. He's willing
Just for that?
Just for that. He's willing to eat Smeg me and Scran a 90-something-year-old
100%,
box
lad.
for
That's
the pleasure
crazy.
of going, oh, are those pillars marble?
That's crazy.
That's it. Is that a corgi?
I'll do it, mate.
crazy.
It's a Venetian blind.
That's insane.
Sound like a
man.
proper Tory
That's
saying that as
horrible,
well, aren't I? Do you know what I mean?
I mean-
But
I mean-
I just think like it's somewhere that no one should go. Do you know what I
Storm it
mean?
or whatever, they storm the fucking White House or whatever. Get
No,
some-
yeah, true
the
that.
Smeg Boys or whatever together. What do we want?
Sounds like a new band.
When
The
we
Venga
want it
Boys.
now.
The Venga Boys, the Smeg Boys.
That's it. We are the Smeg Boys.
Smeg Boys.
My tongue is coming.
Question. Right, okay, would anyone do it for 400 grand?
Nah.
Nah. Not with me bare hands, like, no. Not me bare hands.
Shit, lad.
Yeah.
You know, you just rather take it on the dick, lad.
Go ahead. Nah, I'm not doing it.
That's horrible.
Too far, that, you know. Anyway, question.
I learned from experience, shit on the hands isn't good, lads.
Matty, do us a favour. That's like saying to a firefighter who survived 9/11, yeah, I burnt my finger on a candle last week. You've not seen the things that I've seen, okay? You've not been there.
That's hilarious.
It was like a Vietnam, but they were in the trees, man.
You wouldn't believe it, man.
Right, go on, question, what are you saying?
This is coming off the dome again, fucking freestyling it. They're going to start.
Is it
Fucking
another
freestyle.
part?
Every podcast is meant to be freestyling.
Listen, no, but like this, like Gary usually has questions prepared. I'm just coming off the dome.
On
here,
the
man.
questions,
This is
mate,
like
yeah.
a lab TV bar.
Gary,
section,
burn
this
that
question.
notepad now.
Right, so, you're in town. Yes, beautiful. Middle of summer. Liverpool
Wonderful.
won.
Oh,
Lovely.
nice.
Delicious.
Where am I? In JD or something?
No, you sat on the garden.
JD with the
Liverpool won.
DJ outside and that.
Five.
And you've actually got dough for webs as well.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. You actually got
You've actually got
sales.
I'm in JD, it's a sale.
Right, so
It's a
you're-
sick day, this.
Liverpool won.
What the fuck?
Shiny, you're on the garden. You just got a 5 guys. You smoking a joint, right?
Louis Garcia's just signing autographs in Liverpool one for some reason.
It's a nice day.
It could happen. That's not a big enough.
It's
No, yeah,
a nice
Maybe
day.
it is.
Things have happened for you. It's a good
Yeah.
day. Maybe got a new t-shirt on, something to make you feel good. Then the very work in Liverpool won, the security guard in the red coats. Have you ever seen them little snitches who walk around L1 in the red coats going, put your joints out, them? Pour them over
Rats.
to you. Come over to you. You're smoking a joint. And they go, come with us. I'm making this up as I go along, yeah.
No, I've done this before for sure, yeah. What are you on
You
about?
take it into the back of the area, like the security office.
The picture's right there. You got to smoke and then go in.
Whoa, wait there. Back office at the security office. And they go, look, there's 4 of us here. We've got a bukkake here. But 5 grand off each of us, 20 grand. So just take a bukkake. You've not got a suck dick.
No,
You just get your
lad.
face cummed on.
No, lad.
$5 grand, that's it,
No.
No,
really?
5 grand of each of them, so 20 grand
Nah.
in total.
Nah, lad, I need
20
more
grand
dough,
in
lad. Are you
total.
mad?
They're too much to look at me.
Only fans beards get about 100 grand a month, lad. I'd want bigger dough for that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
they show
No
you.
way.
You're not
That's
seeing
yeah, but he's giving you challenges, lad. Do you know what I mean? I know you say you do it for more dough, but if you
It's to see if you're that much of a cheapskate, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
If they
I'm
threw
not
you
doing
into
it.
that
You're
room,
doing it, yeah.
I'm not doing. Nah, I couldn't.
Look, I've seen on certain
He's doing
websites.
it.
On
He's
the
doing
internet,
it.
He's opening his mouth for fun.
No, you've got to close your eyes, mouth shut.
Could wear a
Close your eyes, man.
Just
Don't move.
You just feel. And then maybe one's got a bigger dick.
Alright, then, alright, okay.
Are they
then,
talking shit
alright.
to you as well? You like that, you little bitch and shit like that, or what?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Milky Bar Kid, all that stuff, yeah?
Alright, question.
You got your
question. Who knows about it?
Just you and them 4 men.
You can't tell nobody.
Will them 4 men ever tell anyone?
No one will find out. Just you and them.
I'm not
Hey,
doing it.
Bobby's tempted, you know.
That's 20 grand.
I'm thinking about it. Can I
I'm
wear
not doing it.
earplugs?
So that's yeah.
Just to stop it going. Man.
We've all been on the same websites. We've seen 20, sometimes 30 man bukkake. He's a 4-man bukkake for 20 grand, lad.
It'd be nothing. It would, but like, think
You
about
need
it.
maximum 2 baby wipes. It never happened.
And you can wipe it off straight away. That's
I feel like we've got to.
Oh, lads, that's
I feel like we've got to speak about the consistency of the cum as well. Because
Okay,
does it just go on in and just stick straight away? You know, like the white one. The white one where you've not wank for days and that, and it just sticks.
Yeah.
Or the watery one.
It's like a 3-day no wank comes where it's gonna
Oh,
stick
lad.
to you.
Jesus.
Just like snowdrops got all hit fucking hailstoning on your face, lad.
No, do you know what it is?
No, lad, you're
Like
mad.
that with an
It's
umbrella.
bastard.
Painting too much of a nice
It's like-
picture here, you know. Not a nice picture, I mean a well done picture.
Yeah, well
You've
done.
got to get into
It
details.
feels like warm slugs hitting your face after it's just rain.
Oh, rough. Rough though. Rough.
Nah, G.
You walk out
Nah.
today with a backpack, and it's a nice backpack, maybe big house, 20 grand in it, yours, cash.
I'm not getting soggy biscuit, no.
The big house bag done it for me, lads. The big house bag done it.
Yeah, but I'm the biscuit in this scenario. I don't even want to be the biscuit. I'm saying.
Okay.
Alright, for 20 grand wouldn't you do that serious?
Nah, I would love 20.
No one ever found out.
How good looking are the lads?
So, would you rather just work for a year? Would you rather just work for a year or let 4 people bukkake you?
Yeah, no, would I rather get 20 grand and then still work for a year?
Yeah, fair dues.
Work's this thing that you do when...
He's only saying it because Gary's in the other room and we're wanting to bukkake you.
Yeah.
Got 20 back there, lads.
Oh, you got 20 quid in the lift home.
Didn't you see
I don't want that fucking labour room come.
Didn't you see him on FaceTime before? He was only behind that wall. That was on the Aussie dollar.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, that's why it's that close.
Oh yeah, lad, we went to FaceTime, Gary.
Let's FaceTime that and let's wrap it up.
Hey, Danny, do like an announcement thing. Say like, right, because Gary's not here, we're gonna FaceTime.
No, 20 grand wouldn't you do it? If they're alright,
I'm not doing it now. If they're alright, nah, not even that.
Stumbled on something here, would you do it?
For what, for 20 grand?
20 grand, no one ever found out.
No. I'd need more dough, lad.
I'd
need like 10 years worth of wage.
All day, 20 grand
I'd
a
need
day.
10 years worth of wage.
A lot of moolah, a lot of
10 years worth of wage.
20 bag, you doesn't have to go in your mouth, you're not doing anything, you're just lying there and that's it, like a shower.
But a warm, somewhat yogurty consistent.
You do it.
I don't do it at all.
I'd be like that with baby. As soon as you don't have like that, boom, straight away.
No,
and I'm in town, the sunshine, and that 5 guys are still outside. Hopefully, no seagulls.
Hey, you got 4 guys in there, lad. With extra sauce, all the toppings.
Danny, I'm with you. Like,
wait there, Danny.
Let's get it sorted.
Wait there, Danny. You nearly wait there. You said you nearly spew it off a bit of sweet chili on your hand, but
yeah, what are you on?
Lads come on your face now.
That's his show.
You're not lasting.
That's his show.
You're more bent than Beckham.
Okay.
Put your hand down, fucking Hitler.
Okay.
That's how he's still alive. That's how he's still alive.
Hey, all the 5 guys.
The blonde haired fucking blue eyed kid over there.
Like how Mein Kampf that looked then. But yeah, no.
Sweet chili sauce and Mackey's will come,
Allow me to
explain, lads.
That sweet chili sauce didn't make me 20 grand rich, yeah?
That's a good
It's
show.
a valid point.
That's true, obviously.
It's a valid point.
I'm with Danny.
That's
It's a valid point. Do you know what you've won?
We'll go out and blow the 40 grand.
Do you know what you've won? Do you know what you've won?
You might be shocked to know Gary died in a car crash. Didn't actually happen. It was all an elaborate ruse.
It was.
So we're going to try and get him on the phone.
It was a 7-car pile-up. Which Isn't even imaginary.
Right.
That happens. That's on the M4 right now.
Let's see if he answers.
It's brutal travesty. Oh my lord, it's been a full
Screen
show.
recorder, Danny. Screen recorder.
Goodbye.
Hello, 1 second. We're just screen recording so you can actually be in the podcast, and I'll send you the screen recording. You can edit it in.
Hello, more work.
There's Kyle.
Yes, lad. What's happening?
Bobby.
Yeah, baby.
There he is, the Ginger Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, Ginger Slice.
Ginger Slice.
Put it up on mic.
Oh.
By the way, I was watching the footy the other day.
Oh.
Last game, and Mark Norval's got a bowl like on his arm.
Gary,
he's not lying now.
I thought you were going to say something proper.
Yeah, we just wanted to say we just wanted to say hello before we sign the podcast off, because John just texted me he's outside. We need to go.
So what's an update on the baby anyway, Gary?
Is there a new human in the world yet?
Is there a new little Gary Highland anyway?
I think it's going to be soon because she started to have like contractions now by the looks of it. So she's being contractions being registered, but now they're like little spikes on the machine and that's all.
Nice, lad.
Yeah, baby.
That's good shit, lad. You're like Steve Martin, cheap by the dozen, you lad.
In it though.
By the Highland.
You're
Lad.
going to look like Kyle.
Yo, Kyle's not a bad name, yo. Call him after the king. It's royalty.
Remember it was going to be called Danny. Nah, go on.
If it's a girl, call it Danny, yeah.
I'll take it. Yeah, we're going to take it over to the camera.
And say goodbye, you're going to close it out.
We're going to close it out, Gary. Say to that.
Peace out, motherfucker.
Hey, that was like McLovin, wasn't it?
Hey,
that was like McLovin off what's that film?
Superbad.
Superbad, lad, when he goes, motherfuckers!
What are you on about? Yeah, you fucking idiots. Yeah, exactly.
These motherfuckers.
Oh my lord.
Episode
Congratulations,
15 of the
Tom.
What's Happening podcast.
It's been a
Episode what?
15.
15, lad.
lad,
Sick.
it's been a weird one.
Almost legal.
It's been a weird one, but it's been fantastic. I've loved it.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
been weird.
We only
and
smoked
fantastic.
Orange County
Fantastic.
We got a
CBD. Buy it
15-year-old
now.
lad here.
I'm only on work experience, lad.
Thanks, lad. Fucking everybody, follow me on Instagram, LeBron James of Comedy. I'm pumping videos out every day.
Yes, it'll
Proud
be-
work king, trust me.
it'll
My
be on-
stories are hilarious as well.
It'll be all be on
All
screen
the
and in
socials
the
and the link to his
LeBron
actual
James,
podcast.
yeah, I want to meet LeBron James podcast. So if you're listening, lad, pick up the phone. Come on.
yeah, baby, you heard them on.
Lovely.
There you go. Morse
Get it all
code,
phone
anything,
call.
fax me. I'm available.
What's Happening podcast episode 15. Bye. Thank you, babe.